Welcome to the Information Broker, and in today's video we're going to be talking about self-progress. So I think personally, I think it's a man's job to gain as much experience as possible since he's young. Like it's a man's job to go out and experience the world and obtain his success through, the experiences, through failure, through success, which, success and experience compounds over time and he becomes the master of his craft. Men don't decide, and this is for all people, but especially for men, like they don't decide, where they're born into, how wealthy they're born into, whether they're born with a silver spoon or down in the dumps or, somewhere in the middle. Like men don't determine their skin color. They don't determine how tall they are. They don't determine, the genetics that they're born with. They don't determine the language that they speak, the country they're born in, who their parents are, who their social circle is. They don't determine, it's all random. You don't, like when you're born with all this. You don't get to determine, your genetics, how good looking you are. So there's a limit to all this, but there's one thing that men can determine. It's where they end up in life. They don't determine their starting point, but they can determine their ending point. And that's a crucial, I think that's a crucial kind of lesson to learn, not only with game, but also with success. Like if you want to be successful, if you have a successful and motivated mindset, you can't be kind of drowned it out by, oh, I'm short, I'm tall, I'm Asian, I'm black, I'm not privileged, I'm not born into a wealthy family, my parents are not, well established, they're not rich, they're not, very intellectual. You don't get to determine which religion you're born into, but you get to determine your results. And I think that's why it's imperative that we seek out experiences, because the more experiences we have, the faster we can grow. So men should be always determined. They should be determined to, they should be prepared to succeed, not afraid to fail, and they should learn from their mistakes. So these are the three things that we need to do for self-development, self-progress. And these are crucial things that you need to apply to your life, to your game, to, your career, your business, your studies, if that's what you're doing right now. Because I think if you want to really succeed, you have to play at the extremes. So if you want to, let's say you're starting a business and you have a side job and that side job is paying you pretty well, there's no motivation for you to succeed. It's like do or die, whether and you need this mentality to succeed and succeed quickly, effectively, and massively. Like if you have the kind of a mindset where it's let me try this, and if it doesn't work, I'm fine, versus let me try this, and if it doesn't work, I'm screwed, so I have to succeed, so I'll make sure that I succeed. And with this mentality and with this mindset, you'll go all in, and this is what you need to succeed with game, pick up cold approach, and also business and career. Like if you look at, what is the extreme success of a business? It would be like the Fortune 500 company making millions, if not billions of dollars every year. What would be a success for, cold approach? You start with, doing cold approach maybe once a week. You gain the confidence, and then, if you're somewhat successful, you'll be able to get a girlfriend. And then if you're really successful, you have a dating rotation of 3 or 5 girls. And then for business, what is the absolute extreme of success? So business, cold approach, and then career. So if you go all in your career and you want to be the absolute top 1%, you would end up becoming a CEO making millions of dollars. Granted, if you choose a career path, after you make about over 200K a year, 300K a year, you're gonna pay 50% in taxes. So if you make $1 million plus, you'd have to pay 50% in taxes, so you'd only make 500K. That's why a lot of the smart people, instead of asking for an increase in salary, they ask for a stock option. So they'd hold stock for maybe a year or two, and they'd only pay 20% in taxes based on their capital gains tax. But back to the topic, for one to succeed, for you to succeed, you have to play at the extreme. You have to have a growth mindset. And 3 things you have to remember, you have to prepare to succeed. You can't be afraid to fail, and you have to learn from every mistake you make. And so that's gonna be it for today. Please press the like and subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.